Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. So what we're going to do is we're going to dive into another pick a card, but this one is just going to be focused on the good that you choose, the choice that you make that's actually going to benefit you in the future. Something that may have been a little bit difficult to make a decision on, whether it was a breakup or leaving a job or something of that nature that created like a transformative change with or without your knowledge, just by you saying yes or no, or some kind of choice that you are about to make, okay? Maybe you don't know about this choice yet. Maybe this is just an intriguing reading where you're just like, you know what, let me just see what's in here. There could be some notations for you. Remember, all of my readings, especially pick a card readings, are for entertainment purposes only. So just take what resonates and leave the rest out, okay? If you do want a private reading with me, please feel free to email me at BeatrixKiddoReadings@gmail.com. Besides that, let's get right into the pile selection. Pile number 1, 2, and 3. 1. Not bad. No, I did not paint these. Before you start questioning my creativity. No. But they're super cute. This is pile number 2. Is that like, it's been in my drawer, guys. It's not dirt or anything, it's just a little lint from my clean clothes. Pile number 3. Alright guys, I will see you in your pile. Pile number 1. The starfish is what you chose. This could be kind of like, it's almost like you go from, I hate saying it like this, but it's almost like you go from like, oh, the shining star, everybody loves you, and it's reminding me of the movie Beastly, which is interesting because it's male focused, that perspective. And you know, 94.3% or something like that is women viewers who view me, so it's interesting. And I do have some male clients, very few, but I do have some. But for some reason, I'm getting that energy. Almost like you, and in that movie Beastly, what he does is he has to make, so he ends up, it's like Beauty and the Beast, okay? Essentially, it's just a little bit more modernized, and the guy ends up being like the star of the school and stuff like that, but he ends up getting kind of like cursed, or he ends up kind of like going through some dark karma, right? Where he ends up having to find somebody that genuinely loves him for him, not just how he looks like, not just what he brings to the table, not just like what he had, like, you know what I mean, like genuinely loves this person for who they are, okay? And I feel like you may end up being on the process, and I never usually say this for men, like, ever, but you could be in the process of, like, maybe you had to deny something, or maybe you got put in a situation where you're like, this isn't fucking fair, or like, I don't understand why you're doing this, like, I'm the popular, like, it doesn't matter, like, I don't understand why you're doing that. But maybe there was something that you did that was karmic that's coming back around that you kind of have to clear out a little bit. You know, I'm going to keep it real with you. But this is the good you choose. So maybe you get an option between one or two things, and you end up choosing something that isn't egotistical, something that isn't necessarily like going to bring you fame or super amounts of money or huge cars, or, you know what I mean? But it's going to put you in a path to like where you're genuinely happy. Because, you know, like some people, they can have like a mansion and they could have like everything, but then, and they can have like the perfect wife, perfect everything, and they just feel so incomplete, so like empty. And for some reason I get with this one, and I'm getting a lot of male energy. So if you're a female watching this pile, that's fine. Just take the energy how it resonates. But I do feel really strong dominant energy. Somebody here might be a fire sign for pile number 1. But I do feel really dominant masculine energy, okay, for pile number 1. So with pile number 1s, I do feel like this is about you reaching a certain amount of a breakthrough, okay? But if you're female, I feel like maybe there could be somebody who ends up choosing you over some kind of like egotistical or like situation that would have got them like fame or whatever. Like, let's just say they were with a person who would have done great things for their political career or something like that, you know what I mean? But for you, I don't know, I'm getting a little bit of scandal energy too, you know, from that show. But anyway, and I do have a new deck that I labeled Scandalous, and it'll be eventually put out there, but right now this is not what we're focusing on. We're focusing on you, the starfish, okay? Now let's get a little bit of timing here. So I knew I was picking up some fire sign energy. Sagittarian pulling through, okay? But for those of you guys who read cartomancy, might be like, oh shit, no, that does not mean fire. That means earth. Okay, welcome to my channel. So yes, it does, okay? But the way that these cards work, before you're like, no, it doesn't, let me click off, fuck you. It's okay if you do. I really genuinely do not give a fuck, okay, about keeping people who are not like, who don't like me in my group, okay? Constellation play cards, all right? So that's what they are, all right? Before we get into this huge debate about it, so I'll read the suits, and the suit would be Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and then I'll read Sagittarian as maybe an amplifier energy or maybe a timing placement, okay? So this is going to be when you feel very grounded in your life and your career and your finances. It's almost like you really couldn't make a bad choice at that time, but there's always a bad choice that you could make, right? But for some reason, I feel like this could be coming around during Sagittarian season, like not even Earthbound season. I'm not feeling that. I'm feeling like Sagittarian season, okay? So this could be towards the end of the year. You have like a really major breakthrough and you end up shifting and becoming very grounded. It could almost be like you become like the single bachelorette kind of energy or bachelor energy, and then all of a sudden you transition to like this really stable, committed energy, very organized, very precise. The reason why I'm saying that is because we have this Sagittarius energy. I'm also hearing My Prerogative by Britney Spears. She's a Sagittarian, which makes sense. So with the Queen of Pentacles right there as the underlining basis, I can't ignore the fact that there is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. And the one thing that I was feeling is that you're going to have a major shift. Sagittarian energy and Earthbound energy are very different. Okay, think about a meteorite, but like an alien in the meteorite, and it's like on fire, and it's like full force going towards Earth, but it's a spaceship. That's how I describe Sagittarian energy at times. Like, it's totally goals at that point. You know, they'll achieve it. They'll get there super fast. They'll get there. But sometimes it can be very detrimental and very chaotic in the process. Because once that, you know, spaceship or the meteorite reaches the atmosphere, doesn't it scatter? Doesn't it, you know what I mean? I mean, it's dependent, right? But with this energy coming in, it's almost like you go from this erratic kind of like, let's get this done, let's do this, let's do that, this, you know, like Sagittarian, free-loving, not much as Aries, where Aries is like, they still have that command factor, but they're kind of like a big old kid, you know? But with Sagittarian, it's kind of like, I can do it anytime. Like, yeah, I can, like, we can one up right now. Let's do it. I'll win. I'll da-da-da-da. Like, like Nicki Minaj. Sagittarian. Okay? Just saying. But let's get into a bit more. With the Oracle card, you're receiving love wisdom. Interesting. You're going to have a major breakthrough, maybe by choosing to break up with somebody or to do something different or to fully cut off somebody or divorce somebody, or I'm just getting really big because it's love wisdom that's coming out. Not a lot of people get this card. Okay, and I am going to go into the guidebook a little bit and we'll skim in it and we'll get more details for you. But with love wisdom, immediately what I'm getting is that you are spiritually inspired to make a decision and choice that maybe your flesh was like, I want to keep this person forever, I want to do this forever, I have this ultimate goal, I want this, like I want to make it work, I want it, you know what I mean? But it's almost like you tapped into something within inside of yourself to where you're like, man, I don't want this anymore. And it becomes a serious decision with inside of yourself about something that it creates a shift with your reality, what you want to do, how you're viewing things, what you want to organize your life in the future, because a lot of what you were planning was tied into this one individual. So when you take that person out, your individuality has come back in. Now, let's get into love wisdom. All right, so this ray will help you focus your consciousness in your heart. It will be helpful for you. It will bring to consciousness any unresolved matters of the heart for healing. This includes any issues around trusting your heart to lead you and listening to and honoring its guidance. It will also help you truly heal in an affirming and nurturing way. The gentle grace of the universal heart will touch your own loving heart, blessing you with feelings of love that nurture your soul and encourage you to enjoy your journey on earth. The challenge with this ray, given that it is so magnetic, is learning to discern and to say no when you need to. Ding, ding, ding. You could imagine it like a fisherman who casts a very wide net and catches most of the ocean. Not everything is useful or even desired by the fishermen. Some things are best left alone. Return to the ocean where they belong, and some things are gratefully accepted by the fisherman for his life journey. So that's interesting because you picked the starfish. And it dives into the ocean a little bit. Now, the second ray energy is naturally inclusive, and this inclusiveness is best balanced with healthy boundaries. Being able to trust in what is coming is important. This means that you will not hold on to every opportunity, person, or situation out of fear. Of loss or lack. All right, you will realize that as you work with the energy of the second ray, you are being taught true abundance and flow. You need to feel comfortable letting go and receiving, to trust that the universe has all that you want and need, an unlimited supply. The universe will truly provide for you, dear child of light. Okay, now that was just me skimming through. The beginning is a very deep depiction. We'll get into that as well. The second ray of wisdom. Okay, and this is who wrote it. She's actually pretty cool. I like her. The second ray of wisdom is a consciousness of loving wisdom straight from the heart to the universe. Love is all things. It is boldness, action, gentleness, and peace. Remember this as you build your lighthouse. Some of you guys could be visiting a really important lighthouse that means something to you, that you could actually, like, I don't know, I'm getting like physical visiting a lighthouse, okay? If you live in Florida, we got lighthouses, okay? You gotta find them, but we got them. All right. Remember this as you build, like St. Augustine, they have a huge lighthouse there, Anyway, love is all things. It is boldness, action, gentleness, and peace. All right, where were we? The space inside of you, where your inner radiance can burn with divine passion, piercing through any darkness and offering hope and direction to many who are lost. So it's almost like whatever you're going through is not in vain. Like the people that you're going to end up interacting with, or the people that you end up just having basic conversation with, and it might not be like, they might not have an important title or important this to where it's going to extraordinarily benefit you or whatever. But you're going to feel like your pain wasn't for nothing. That what you went through is going to be a learning curve for somebody else to avoid something that you went through as well. And it's not the matter of dictation or control. But I am feeling children as well. So just be careful with projecting your trauma on your children. Okay. I don't really talk about Buddha, but you guys can read through this. I'll pause it. You can pause it there if you'd like to, but I don't really read about Buddha. As you guys know, even though I read tarot, I do believe in Jesus, okay? But I don't really talk about Buddha that much, okay? But anyway, so let's get into the next one. And I get it. Some of you can be like, oh my God. Okay. Dear Sue, you will never starve again. You now make enough money for food, love, spirits. Some of you guys are going to be breaking through some kind of like barrier, financial barrier. Like I said, you're going to be very structured, really organized by the end of this year or the end of the year, depending on when you're, watching this reading, because all my readings are timeless and people gravitate towards this reading whenever they gravitate towards it. There's people who found my videos like a year and a half ago that relate to them in that exact same situation. So, it's just when you're guided towards the reading. But let's get into the next one. This is from my The Way It Moves deck. You rich bitch. And that's exactly what the Queen of Pentacles energy is also coming forth, okay? And bitch is not necessarily gender focused, okay? So you can male or female. All right. So the next one you get is, Dear Stu, you'll receive a new job offer. You'll be paid more than your previous positions. Congratulations, Spirit. So any other job that you've had before, you're going to be ending up getting a better position. And maybe this was about you denying a certain position and waiting for the right opportunity, and it was something that was worth the wait. Okay, because of you not just wanting to jump the gun and just start something right away and just like get on your feet like right away. You're like, you know what? No, let me wait for what I want. Let me interview for these positions. Let me see what they have to offer, and maybe I will say no to this because I feel like what they want from me is not adequately for like what they're paying me. I don't know why I'm getting that energy too. Okay. But let's get into a little bit more with the incoming text. Oh, I guess I should have left these out for you, right, guys? Now, incoming text messages that could potentially, you could choose differently. Maybe you made a choice to make an important payment on something, and it's going to actually be of great benefit to you if payment was made, also coming forth. 1 month is also something coming forth. So maybe in 1 month, you're going to be having a breakthrough for some of you guys, for some of you. I can't sleep. Remember, some of you are going to be watching this in November when it's 1 month away from December. okay? Remember, this is a generalized collective reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest out. I can't sleep. Are you wanting to come over? Is also something coming forth. So maybe there's somebody who's going to be a little bit, I don't know why I keep getting like, somebody is going to want to break a certain barrier with you, of like, maybe this person like never sleeps over, maybe this person never is there for you, or maybe this person never does, you know what I mean? Like, it's just there, you know, especially if you like appreciate quality time, and if that's your love language, you're gonna feel really like this person doesn't love you, this person doesn't care if they don't spend the night, if they don't hang out with you, if they don't, you know what I mean? Like, just beyond just like, let's hang out for a few hours, then I'm gone and I'll live my life. Like, they want to actually encompass you in their life for pile number ones. I really want to work this out between us. Please message me back. I'm sorry. So somebody could be very relentless on wanting to get your attention after you broke things off, or, you know what I mean, or wanted to push them away or something like that for pile number ones. But I feel like it's important for you to hear this person out. And normally I don't say that, but I feel like it's important. You know, normally I'm like, fuck that guy, you know. This is normally how I am with my readings. So I'm just like, you know, fuck it. Let's just, you know what, screw it. Because it's easy for me to say that because I don't love that person, right? But it's different when I love that person, right? But at least I'm open about it. But let's get into some more oracle cards. Don't worry, there's tarot in here. There's a bunch of different stuff here. Sorry, I'm talking your head off, trying to be personable. The King of Forces, King of Swords could be significant. There's also somebody who's coming into full, complete balance of themselves and wanting children along the way. Children with very different personalities. It's like all of your children aren't going to be the same. I don't know why I'm getting that energy as well. It's Aquarius, Libra, Gemini energy pulling through. But this is also about you connecting with yourself and also connecting with knowing your power. But let's get into it a little bit more with the Akashic Tarot with the King of Forces. But before we go into the guidebook, let's get into the next oracle card, which is the Akashic Field. Interesting. Which is the One of Forces. Okay. But let's get into it a little bit because I feel like you're breaking through a barrier. And it's almost like you can see the colors. It's almost like you pick a pathway. It's almost like somebody wants to deter you from a certain path that you were really like structured on as well. But it's almost like you can feel and see the horizon. Like you couldn't see this at first, the Akashic Field, but then you look in the air and the King of Forces and you see it in the background. And you're not even staring at it, but you sense it. And it leads you to that. You could also have a lot of like animal spirit guides. So a lot of animals may like you. Okay, and maybe not like normal animals that other people like. I don't know why I'm getting that. Okay, Slytherin. Alright, so let's get to... Sorry, guys. I've been watching a lot of Harry Potter. Alright, I'm on the 6th one. Alright, so let's get into a little bit of the guidebook and see what else is coming up for you. Alright, so getting into the Akashic Field. In the upright position, the Akashic Field, the Aurora Borealis flows through with energy and brilliance as charged particles from the sun interact with atoms in the Earth's atmosphere. The 93 million miles from the sun to the Earth is nothing compared to the limitless consciousness of the Akashic Field. Pausing there, it's almost like somebody wanted to keep your viewpoint limited. It's almost like, if let's just say if you had a boss who's like, you're never going to be able to find like another job that's going to do this, this, and this for you, and be as flexible and do this and do that, and keeping you kind of like comfortable like where you're at too. Or like, oh, you're never going to find somebody who's going to love you as much as I do. That as well, okay? All information, power, energy, and experiences vibrate within this realm of unending truth and possibility, and every bit of it can be yours. Receiving this card upright tells you that amazing opportunities abound at this time. You can increase and accelerate the experience by opening the doors to the Akashic records. Your life force energy resonates with universal synchronicity now. So you can explore the records and receive exactly the information that you need and the energy that can help. Engage in the pursuit with a conscious focus. Write your intentions and ask for inspiration. Meditate on the Akashic field and visualize your goals. Universe is ready and willing to align with your heartfelt desires, and now is the time to make them happen. So it's almost like after you make some kind of solid decision and solid choice, that's when opportunities end up like coming towards you. So maybe like when you were trying to like break free from your person or whatever, you just didn't really like, you weren't meeting new people, you weren't like, just like it wasn't happening for you. But then all of a sudden, once you have this internal shift for pile number ones, it's almost like this breakthrough is going to lead you to like, have you guys ever seen that? I hate J-Lo, guys, ever since Diddy and this whole situation. Okay, I stopped listening to J-Lo like I think almost a year. Okay, and the reason why is because I know she knows some shit that went down. Okay, it's very obvious, but I'm not going to go too much into politics, but I don't trust the bitch. Okay, but it's not like I'm ever going to meet her. But anyway, I don't trust her. All right. With the king, but you never know. The King of Forces, the Akashic Field. Okay. Let's get into the King of Forces, though. I don't know why I feel like you're going to make a decision or make some kind of choice. And that song, Let all the heat pour down. You literally can be off tone and sing J-Lo's fucking songs and you'd be fine. Like, I'm sorry. But she can dance, though. Anyway, so can a lot of other strippers. But let's get into the King of Forces. Okay, let me stop hating on J-Lo. Some of you guys might really like her. Okay, the King of, who cares? I'm an Aquarius. Y'all don't like me either. The King of Forces. Let's get into it. Let me pause here so I can skim through it. Aha. So, the King of Forces. A man standing by a stream is surrounded by different animals of the woods. The power of nature is all around him, and the earth below his feet, the water running by, and the star-filled nebula in the sky above. Yet he is a force himself, exerting calming influences on the wolf and the rabbit, which are natural enemies. Okay. Upright. It's almost like you may end up being that person who ends up having a dog and a cat. Like, and it works out. Like, I don't know. You know how sometimes it just doesn't, where people, like, in their mind, it's like that outfit you want to try, and you're like, yeah, that's bomb. You try it on, and you're like, no way. Not a chance in hell. Never again. I don't know why I'm getting that, too. You guys could be doing something different with your style, and it's like with already the things that you've already got, you could just be doing different combinations or different things that just you like, you know? Upright. This card indicates the presence of a man who has a powerful and positive energy. So, like I said, I got a lot of divine masculine energy from this. It doesn't mean that you are a man. Okay, we all share equal energy of like divine masculine, divine feminine. Okay, we choose which side. Okay, which energy is the most heightened that we're born with. Okay, but anyway, upright. This card indicates the presence of a man. This falls in line to our purpose, and I don't want to get too deep into that because people are gonna fucking come at me for this. We're not being super, super, super inclusive, but I try my fucking best. All right, upright. This card indicates the presence of a man who has a powerful and positive energy. He comes with good intentions. Gentleness and honesty resonate from him. This screams King of Swords. I'm sorry, but it does. If you don't know this man yet, his energy will be coming into your life. So this could also be somebody that you end up encountering as well. And it says soon. He could bring support for a special project, a work issue, or just your life in general. He may also be a possible love interest. So in order to be open to receiving a man of honor, make sure you engage in honoring and being tender towards yourself. For you or a man around you, there could be a position coming in any of the careers natural to the King of Forces, such as electronics, astronomy, physics, geology, alternative fuel, any of the earth sciences, and new industries in the environmental care. Now, this could also be becoming a gardener, or like being a landscaper, or being a construction worker because you're building something from the ground up. This could also be like a video game designer. This could be so many things that intricate. It deals with nurturing the environment around you, which it could be like the people that you're with. Okay, so you guys could have a life path 6, okay, needing to serve other people. All right, so whether you are male or female, this also reveals an important side of yourself. So like I was saying, it says that right there. Feel the balance and beauty of nature and know the powerful forces always moving within and around you. So it's almost like right when somebody tries to convince you like you stuck in a corner and shit, like you end up realizing, no, I'm not. Like, let's just say, like, you are in your dream and you wake up and you realize that you can control the dream, so you start moving the walls. If you're weird like me, I do shit like that. So, like, I'll wake up, in my dream, and I'll start moving the walls, or if the space is too small, I'll move the actual physical wall and create more space for myself. You know what I mean? Or, like, if I think I'm too tired walking in the dream, I'll get these thoughts of, like, why am I walking? And then I'll just start flying, like, in my dream. You know what I mean? So, like, it's like, think beyond the limits that are presented in front of you, the creek, the emotions that are really stopping you from progressing forward, okay, with the river. But you also have to pay attention to the grounding and the people around you. But I don't know why I feel like there could be like a friend or somebody who's like kind of close to you. I'm getting Buck energy. This person could be like really into like the Bucks football team. I don't know what city that is. Hold on. Let's pause here while I Google. Okay, so as my tablet froze, as you can see here, okay, it didn't even tell me. All of a sudden, I got this intuitive insight. The Bucks. But for some reason, I got the fucking Florida St. Pete Buccaneers. For some reason, I got that energy too. Like Tampa Bay area. You guys know because they have like a huge history of like pirates and shit. You know what I mean? Like ARG. Anyway, but it's not like loading for some reason, which is crazy because this is something that has cellular power. But anyway, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and that's crazy because as the thing froze, I thought about it, and I just had to do it again. Just saying, final December 29th. December 29th could be significant because that is Sagittarian season. Panthers, isn't Carolina Panthers? Bucks. Anyway, there could be somebody who's trying to deter you, okay, from this, okay, from something that is a part of your destiny. Because something about the Akashic field, it awakens the human soul, and it brings them to a sort of center, to like where they awaken to their next part of their purpose. Because like you could have multiple purposes in your lifetime. I talk about this a lot. Like, let's just say like your purpose at work, right? So we have to be very detailed with what we ask, right? So what's your purpose? You can't just be like, what's my purpose in life? What do you mean, what's your purpose in life? What do you mean? What's your purpose in work field? Like, what's your purpose in love? What's your purpose for your children? What's your purpose for your parents? What's your purpose for your grandparents? What's your, or do you think you only have one singular purpose that's split up? You know what I mean? So, like, there's a little bit of thought that goes into that. But let's get into some love messages. 'Cause I know y'all like, where's the love messages at? Get them out. Let's go. But Bucks could be significant, okay? Dearest Stu, it has been so long since we have spoken. I can't sleep at night not knowing how you feel. I feel as though I have lost all access to you. You could have blocked this person even on your email, okay? And this person is just trying to figure out a way to kind of get in touch with you without looking like a psycho. I don't know. I stay up and wonder about us, rereading messages, looking at old memories, some naughty, some nice. Who you are to me is someone quite special. For some reason I saw 19th. I don't know. While I was reading this, it was very weird. Anyway, someone a person meets only once. I am sleepless over us. I'm sleepless over watching your posts and online status. I don't know when we will communicate again. I hope it is soon. I hope you can forgive me for the mistakes that I've made. I want to reach out, but I'm afraid of rejection from you. Love, yours. So there's somebody who is like really in fear of like reaching out to you because maybe they know they really fucked up. And it's not something that, like, I'm sorry is going to be able to fix. Like, his actions are going to fix that situation. And, you know, words of affirmation. But even then, it might not be able to be fixed if you have already been like, my door is closed. Like, I don't even have the key anymore, dude. Like, I'm not going to sit there and pick the lock with you to work through this obstacle. Like, I don't know why I'm getting that energy. Dear Stu, you don't know how many days go by when I realize how long it's been since we last spoke. So this is another one. These are two different fucking cards, okay? Dear Stu, you don't know how many days go by when I realize how long it's been since we last spoke. This could also be two different people who are feeling the exact same way about you. Since I last felt your skin on my hands, you are always going to be so special to me, my perfectly hidden treasure. I miss everything about you. Again, with pirates, so Buccaneers could be significant, okay? I miss everything about you. I miss our talks and of us dreaming of who we wanted to be. The truth is we didn't really know what we wanted back then. All we really knew is that we both wanted each other in a very deep magnetic way. We are soulmates. You and I will always be a part of me that I can never run away from. Sometimes I wonder about what has happened in your life. I want to know every detail, yet I cannot. I will fall in love with you again. Do you ever truly stop loving someone? Have you stopped loving me? Love an old love. So this is somebody from the past. Like, not somebody that you were like, oh, I just recently blocked them. This is somebody from way back when who's still thinking about you. Okay, and who's like, damn, like, but at the same time, if I ask them how they're doing and stuff, I'm gonna get so caught up in their life, like, I'm gonna get disconnected again. And it's like it's almost like they're not asking you the questions that they really want to ask you. You might be dealing with a Cancer, okay? Who Cancers like this, Virgos will do this, but then they'll say it automatically, and then they'll say it in a way that makes you feel like you are the worst person in the fucking world. You know what I mean? It's like super fucking hard. Okay. It really is. Have you ever seen the behind the scenes of Beyonce talking to her staff members? People are like, don't come for my queen, whatever. Just speak for your damn self. Okay. If you can't, like, treat the people who are, like, fucking trying to get you water or stuff like that, like, trying to get you energy and shit right, I'm sorry, I can't fuck with you. Dearest you, I know you straight up asked me for the truth. I also know I promised you that I wasn't holding anything back or lying. Yet I lied. I was holding back information from you. I'm sorry I lied, but I did it to protect our connection. Pausing here, I feel like because you said no to something, or because you rejected somebody, or because you, like, are trying to do your own thing now, or something like that, it's almost like this person had a realization, and they're like, damn, I just have to be honest with this person. I'm just going to tell them everything that I've been hiding, everything that I've been kind of, like, keeping from this person. I don't want secrets either with them. Like, I don't know, I'm getting that vibe, okay? I was holding back information from you. I'm sorry I lied, but I did it to protect our connection. I did it so that I wouldn't suffer the consequences. I did it so that I could cover the truth up. I know you know the truth. I chose to gaslight you. I am sorry, yet I may never apologize fully for it. Just make excuses. Love, yours. So this could also be somebody from the past who's coming back, not really, like, wanting to make excuses, but just trying to get into your good graces, like, automatically again, being like, haha, everything's fine, everything's good, like, whatever. And it's like, no, life is not a fucking vacation, kid. Okay, as much as you want it to be, like, you have to, like, grow up a little bit, Dear Stu, I have not forgotten you. In reality, everything I do reminds me of you. Definitely somebody's reminiscing about you, and I think it's two different people. Okay, very much in particular. I have not, and I feel like you're going to think about them during this reading, so don't try to get too scrambled about who it is. Just know that there's thought in the air about you that's in alignment with this. In reality, everything I do reminds me of you. I'm scared of commitment with you. I am nervous about what people will think. Our love story is not clean and tidy. It is rougher than high current and as soothing as the sun on the sand. I'm afraid to commit, but more afraid of you finding someone who will love you more than I can. I will commit to you once I admit that this love is true. So there's somebody who is possibly going to be opening up about how they feel about you or everything like that, but also to their family members and friends and the people that they've secluded you from for such a long time. You know what I mean? But let's get into the tarot. All right, so falling right in line with the tarot, we have the Page of Pentacles. So this is definitely going to be towards the end of the year, okay? Cusping on Capricorn season there, okay? With the Page of Pentacles. This is a notation that you've been waiting for a really long time. And maybe it's because you chose not to give up on somebody, or maybe the good that you chose was to not give up on somebody or to not do that. But for some reason, I feel like you have. Okay, for pile number ones. 5 of Swords energy coming forward. I didn't pick this pile. I picked a different pile. 5 of Swords energy in the reversal. Okay. Like I said, and like the card said before, somebody is about to open up to you majorly. I wanted to balance it out, and I can, but it's a little... Five of Swords, somebody's going to literally, I'm hearing mask off by Future. Mask off. Yeah, fucking mask off. Ay, mask off. Ay. I just keep hearing that. And it's almost like somebody's going to want to show you, like, how they genuinely feel about you based off of, like, their next actions. And it's going to be a pretty major action with the Ace of Wands as well as the Knight of Wands coming forth, okay? Now, this falls in line to that cartomancy card that we got, which was a mixture of energy, now makes sense as it's separately laid out, correct? So the Page of Pentacles, that's Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, then the Wand energy, obviously Sagittarian, that was on the card placement for a more dedicated time frame. So I do feel like it's going to be the later end of December that this person's going to end up telling you something rather important, okay? And it's going to lead you to some really new and exciting experiences. Like, this person is really delayed with wanting to make things work, wanting to make things better, wanting to, do the right thing. And they're finally coming in, and when they do come in, you're going to be caught up in your head a little bit because your intuition is going to be like, okay, I just want to go for it, I just want to go, but you have all of these doubts, or all of these people, or all of these persons, or all of these coworkers, or whatever, telling you all of the negative about this person necessarily. For the Eight of Swords energy coming up in the upright position. Which makes you scared to make this choice. A lot of people don't like to say that when they get there. They're like, oh, you're filled with doubt and all this. You don't want to say that this person's scared to make that decision. You know? Underneath the Page of Pentacles, you have the Magician card, Gemini energy shining through. But what this also denotes to me, okay, is that all of a sudden your manifestation is going to come in most likely when you don't even want it anymore. So when you don't even want this person anymore, and what you wanted to take place with this person, it finally happens. This person finally gives you that commitment. This person finally comes through and, you know, offers you something of a little bit more stability. And the time frame is really vivid here of when this is going to be taking place. And it's definitely December. Sagittarian energy, very vibrant. Some of you guys, this could be happening earlier than that. Aries season, if you're watching it now when I'm viewing it. The reason why I'm saying that is because the Page of Wands is there, and Aries season and Taurus season are best friends. So right underneath the Knight of Wands, you have the Judgment card. Somebody finally made a final judgment call to take action and to pursue you and to make a really certain decision that's going to lead to a lot of adventure and a lot of unexpected circumstances that are going to come up, which is going to make you really fucking nervous. Because you don't know how genuine this person is. You don't know if they are still talking to that other person that they're talking to, or if they're still, you know, doing the same fuckery. With the Nine of Wands energy underneath the Eight of Swords, again, there is this sense of fear that I get from both of these. But I just heard, but no matter. Somebody here might be Italian. Because that reminded me of underneath the Tuscan sun when she goes to buy her house in Tuscany. And that could also be a sign that you guys might end up traveling as well. Because there's a lot of travel-based energy here with Wand, sporadic, quick-based energy. Okay, but I feel like it's going to be a longer trip than expected for some of you guys for pile number 1. But with the World card, it also signifies travel. But it's also the internet-based card as well. Somebody could be literally blocked off on all forms of communication from you as well when this ends up coming back in. That's going to get you really caught up in your head because you were so certain about your emotions and now you're wavering. But for some reason, by you saying yes to this person, it actually leads to a good decision. And I do feel like it's going to lead to some beautiful happiness. Getting a lot of fire sign energy. All of them. All of the fire signs came out. And it's mainly fire and earth. So, Aries, Leo, Sagittarian. What does that mean? What does that mean? Well, I don't know anybody as far as that. What does that mean? 1, timing. 2, it could also be their energy that they're withholding at the time, wanting to do something really, really fast. And wanting to make sure that they don't negate on their responsibilities with you. That they've personally taken on. But there's also a conversation that's going to end up taking place. Some of you guys may end up having twins with this person or this individual in the far future, which you don't see yet. But because of this one yes, because of this one, should I do it, should I not? It ends up creating some form of major breakthrough for you. And I feel like you're going to be very happy about it. Now, in regards to money, this could be something that a job opportunity that finally comes in that you ended up manifesting. It could end up being very small. Opportunity that it looks like on the surface, like let's just say you get a receptionist position, but like for a major company or like a major corporation or something like that, and you're just like, I'm always going to be a receptionist. Then all of a sudden they're like, hey, you know, we feel like you'd be really good for this position. And it's almost like a little to no delay with this to where you end up getting promoted to a different position. It could be within like where you only work for the company for like fucking a month. Didn't you get a month card out? Yeah, 1 month. So it could be kind of like from a month to like where you just like excel very fast. Where you learned their systems, everything, to like where it looks like you've worked there for fucking years. As well. But it's going to make you very happy, and it's going to give you a lot more freedom and time for yourself. And it's going to create a big breakthrough because this is almost like everything you wanted. But here's the thing of how life has kind of trained you at this point where you're just like, damn, this is everything I want. But like, is this person serious about it? Is she serious about this? Is he serious about this? But that's what I'm getting for pile number 1s. I know it was a little bit of a longer reading, but hey, I talk a lot. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you want a private reading, feel free to email me. My schedule is not open for people just to book appointments anymore. Just reach out to me, and I'll let you know if I am available that day or not. Okay, so feel free to reach out to me. And you never know. Whenever you reach out to me, I have specials going on majority of the time. So just reach out to me, and I'll be able to give you a list of my specials or anything like that. That way you can save money in the long haul and things like that. And it'll create a lot less complications for like my schedules and double bookings. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this for pile number 1. I do feel like a beautiful breakthrough is going to come for you. And I do feel like it's something that's been a long time coming. And it's based off of a couple different decisions that you make that are good. But anyway, so I hope you enjoyed this. And until next time, guys. Bye for now. Pile number 2s. Welcome, welcome. So you guys got the Seahorse. First and foremost, I think that you guys, because I was, when I originally was doing the pick a card, and I had gotten this weird feeling. You can even hear me, and I go, okay, about this pile, okay? And it had a little bit of a lint right there from my clean clothes, okay, from my drawer. And where I kept, like, my little trinkets and stuff. I know. I'm organized, but I'm messy organized in a way where it makes sense to me, but other people don't think I'm messy, which I think I'm messy. Anyway, so with this, it's almost like you guys may be reorganizing or getting a new wardrobe, because I'm seeing like fresh, clean stuff. Or maybe you're just going to be really doing a deep clean again. I love doing deep cleans. It's one of my favorite things. Deep clean, reorganize stuff, my room, stuff like that, But I also am getting like music for pile number 2s. You guys might also play an instrument. I grew up, I learned the flute and also the alto sax, a little bit of the piano, stuff like that. Okay, what is this? Why do I have ink on my hands? Is this Palo Santo? No. It was from the inside where I went right here. Why did it show up right there? And it's not dirty. It's just black right there. Some of you guys are going to end up doing a really deep cleaning inside and out. Okay, where you're going to do a really deep detox. Okay, of course, all my readings are for entertainment purposes only. By no means is it meant to grant you medical, legal, professional advice at any time. Take what resonates and leave the rest out. But with this energy coming forth, okay, it's almost like you're going to be cleaning something out too, okay? And something that you didn't really notice was as dirty as you thought it was. It was like, and once you find it, it's like, oh, I can't stop cleaning. I don't know why I'm getting that energy too for pile number 2. But I'm also getting like, I'm just literally seeing like a seahorse singing. And isn't it in Little Mermaid? Don't the seahorses sing and shit? But I think almost every creature in Little Mermaid sings, right? But anyway, so this in particular, I do feel like this could be like a singing thing for some of you guys. Also, some of you guys could be quitting something, maybe smoking or something like that, okay? Because maybe you're noticing your system change, okay, for pile number 2s. But let's get into see when is this big major choice that you're going to make, whether that's like it's a good choice. Maybe at the moment when you choose it, you don't know if it's going to be good or not, okay? Aries season showing up. But how these play cards work is that they'll show up and it'll be like this. Is why I hate using these play cards because I have to explain it every time. Constellation play cards. So the basis of the cartomacy is earthbound, so Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, similar to pile number 1 a little bit, but this is completely different energy, to be transparent, because it's Aries. Aries and Sagittarius, they're similar, but they're very different, in my opinion. I just heard 4 days. Some of you guys are going to be receiving this major breakthrough like within 4 days. Okay, could be 4 months for some of you guys, because Pentacle energy can signify days or months. Okay, in my opinion, for my personal reads. But anyway, constellation play cards, and then the constellation on it is going to be different from the major suit, okay, because it wasn't designed the way that normal cards are designed, stuff like that. Also, if you're interested in finding, where do I find these cards? What do I do? How do I do that? How much do you pay for them? 5 and below, my friends, have this most array of fucking shit that you can find. I don't agree with everything that they sell now. There's some books in there that I wish I could burn and laugh as I burn it. But besides that, like the deep, dark, like occultic shit I don't fuck with. But anyway, so with that's my rebel in me, okay? But with the 4 of Pentacles energy coming forth, and I would by any means I would never do that anyway. So let's get into the 4 of Pentacles energy. This alone tells me month 4, because it is Aries month, so April could be significant for some of you guys. If you are watching this, during the time of filming, could be pretty soon for you. Okay? April. We're getting 4 of Pentacles, and then we got Aries, April energy, really strongly. All right, but let's get into a little bit more. Let's pull your Oracle card. You're getting grace. Shit, you guys have been really hard on yourselves. Whenever this card comes out, and I'm going to dive into a little bit of the guidebook too to give you guys a little bit more deeper insight with this card, but whenever this card comes out, especially during personal readings, because this card comes out a lot because we are just hard on ourselves in general. Maybe you have been really hard about the mistakes that you've made in the past, where you did say yes, or where you did say no, or where you did say all of this, and you're like, damn, I should have said this, or I should have said that, and it's like, you can't go back and change that yes, and you can't go back and change that no, but you can change the yes and no's that you do now. I don't know, I'm getting a lot of yes and no energy with this. And I also feel like that maybe there was something that you really deeply cried about, and for some reason I'm getting connection to inner child, so maybe there was something that you really felt guilty for as a child that you should have never harbored guilt for. For some of you guys, for pile number 2. Let's get into the meaning of that card just a little bit more. Alright, so there's a whole page here, but let's get to right where I skimmed to. The universe has a sense of natural flow, cycles. I scry, so that's what I do. I'll just pull it up and then I'll scry. Anyway, the universe has a sense of natural flow, cycles, and timing. It offers us assurance, and support so that every dream we dare to dream can come to fruition in due course. It may or may not look exactly as you expect, but if you have set an emotion with your desire and intention, it is a part of your natural karmic law that it finds expression. Okay, what does that mean? What do you mean it finds expression? What do you mean? So, you know how some people, they'll have this manifestation, like they want to be like a millionaire or a billionaire. So some people, they'll dress up into the nines, and they'll dress up halfway out the position that they want, or so that it manifests and expresses itself differently. Just like a form of magic called expression, which can be kind of dangerous sometimes, especially if you don't know what the fuck you're doing. But the next one you're getting, okay, like Bonnie from Vampire Diaries. She fucked up her whole fucking generational line, okay? Anyway. If you guys seen season 4, you know what I'm talking about. Is it time for your life to become a little easier? When she was trying to put Klaus back into his body and shit like that, and she ended up doing like really, really dark form of Anyway, it is time for your life to become a little easier. Can you allow yourself to walk the way of the divine grace with trust and acceptance? You do not have to force solutions with ever greater effort or seek to make things happen. You can gracefully act without attachment and trust that all will be as it is meant to be. This is the most efficient use of your energy. For the best results, surrender attachment to your struggles now as you allow life to serve your soul's fulfillment with love and kindness. Divine grace is an expression of love, care, and spiritual empowerment. It is the genius of the universe that knows how to make the flow of our lives easier and our efforts more effective for the spiritual benefit of all beings. I believe that's God, not necessarily the universe as a whole. But anyway, grace manifests the universal law of efficiency. The spiritual law empowers us to work smarter rather than harder. It is like learning to paddle toward a wave and allowing it to carry you to shore rather than swimming the entire way, perhaps even against the current, which would make the journey even harder. It's like planting a seed at the right time. So during the dead of winter, when it takes a lot more attention and focus to keep it alive, even then, it may not survive. There's something that you went through where you were just like, I didn't know I was going to survive this. I can't even believe I survived this. And maybe you were just like really hard on yourself for the decisions that you had to make in order to kind of like survive or make your way through that, or like, and you're probably like, I don't want my life to be that way, or I don't want to do that, or I don't want to be that way. I don't know, I'm just getting this really big, strong change of energy and shift from you. But also be able to be kind to yourself throughout the process of changing. And for some reason, I was getting kind of like fight energy. So, like, as an example. So, like, when it was reading, like, instead of swimming against the current and stuff like that, make the journey even harder. So, like, when you're fighting and the person who moves the fastest but misses the most will exert the most energy, right? Versus the person who's more detailed, paying attention to their footing, they're grounded, their guard's up, they're also being really attentive, you know what I mean? Would be a little bit better fighter. Not saying that they're going to win, but they'd be maybe a little bit more of a more educated fighter than the other person, okay? I don't know, I'm getting that energy too, okay? So it's all about, like, balance, really, with fighting. Anyway, and so is dance. Anything involving movement is about balance, which is making me think of Libra energy. All right. So, let's get into the next one we have. Okay. I don't know why I wanted to go to the previous pile and pick out their card as well and then just put it in connection like this, but that is not the situation, but I'll read it like that because that's what I wanted to do. Love and wisdom and grace. So it's almost like you're going to find grace with yourself and you're going to get an enlightening kind of like energy. I don't know why I was getting that. Okay. Let's get into the next oracle card from the Akashic Tarot. You guys got a couple. You received Bird's Nest. Some of you guys could be finding out that you're pregnant or wanting to create a family soon. Okay, with the Bird's Nest energy. We're also getting Master Artesian. This is giving me choice between career and your kids. Sorry, I just had to pause there. With the Three of Forces and the Eight of Keys energy coming forth. With the Bird's Nest, this is very much associated with motherhood, but it's also about building something pretty fucking amazing. With the Master Artesian, you become a master at whatever skill that you are trying to put out there. So let's just say you're a hairstylist. A really big, like, common thing in hair is that they'll call themselves, like, hair artist, artistry. I understand it is a form of art. Okay, I went to it. I was licensed for years. I graduated from Aveda, one of the top leading beauty schools. I completely understand. Okay, but does it matter to me anymore? Not anymore at all. All right. Three of Forces, the Bird's Nest, and stuff like that with the Eight of Keys energy. Some of you guys may be having to choose between your career and also being like a mother. Okay, and you're probably like, well, I can do both. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. Okay, you very much can. And you may be doing that. But it's going to put a lot of, like, energy on you. And I'm not going to hold back from saying my opinion about it. Okay? That I feel like you should be home. Okay? If you want to work from home, you could do it from home. But I feel like you should be home with your kids when they're younger. Okay? And to have a plan for that. And maybe that's something that you're wanting to do. Okay? Why do I feel that way? My personal view is because I know what it's like to have, like, your mom work a full-time job and never see her. Only on the weekends. And then all of a sudden you go to your dad's house and he don't even know you. So now your parents don't know you. And you have no one to talk to. And you're just kind of like, okay, I guess I can talk to my mom about this, but she's busy working on this report. Let me not. She's stressed out. And it's different looking from that perspective because on the physical and the material, yeah, you want the woman to work, you want the woman to provide, you want the woman to do this, you want the woman to do that, you want to do... But on the basis of it, somebody's got to be home with the kids, and somebody's got to be home primarily. So I was primarily with my grandparents. You know what I mean? So they are kind of like my parents in a way. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I feel like some of you guys might be having that really big thing. And I'm not saying you can't be a mom and go to work. I feel like you'd be able to do both. Easily, you'll be able to do both. Okay? But you're going to feel like you should be home. Like your energy is, you're gonna want to be home. Like, I'm feeling it in the pile. You're going to want to be home. If you didn't feel that way, I wouldn't feel it. But it's almost like, you see how that man is looking at the guy, giving him that in his hand there? And then you see how she's feeding them. So it's almost like the only reason why you're even doing that in the first place is like every little thing that you do reminds you of your kids and what you would like to give them. And there's going to be some kind of major opportunity that's going to come towards you, so it's going to give you the ability to maybe do what you love to do, but also really be there for your kids the way that you want to be. Okay? And not a lot of people can find that balance. A lot of people want kids, but they can't find the time to even raise them. You know? A lot of people want kids, but then they can't feed them, and it's acting crazy. I was watching, like, you know... I watch, like, true crime shit, stuff like that. So I was watching this woman. When I really get into it, when I really tap in, I know where they be hiding shit sometimes. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, nah, man, you're in the wrong place. And, like, anyway. But, like, I was watching this woman. First of all, there was, like, a daycare woman who, like, hid 20 kids in the fucking basement. You would have never known. She lived, like, in a great neighborhood, quote unquote, great everything, and then all of a sudden, like, the officers just were relentless. She kept trying to deter them, and they were just relentless. Like, we hear music, we hear babies crying, and I knew where it was. Anyway, but some of you guys might get that, like, motherly instinct or, like, motherly intuitive energy and, like, stuff like that, to, like, where it's going to kick into, like, even when you're doing your normal day-to-day job, you're going to get these kind of, like, pulls of, like, oh shit, my kid needs me. and it's like everything's fine, everything's chill where you're at, and they're good, but it's almost like you feel it. Okay, so some of you guys could be making a major life decision or major choice to kind of like be there for your kids in a different way, or like be there with them in a different way. And it's almost like maybe you're going to be able to encompass it, like, let's just say you create it from where you're able to work at home and be with them too, is also what I'm getting for this. I'm not going to dive too much into the guidebook for this pile because like these cards come out a lot. And I already kind of know what the bases are to them, okay, to all of these cards. So that's why I was like, I don't really need to go in the guidebook for this one. But with the Three of Forces energy coming forth with the Bird's Nest and the Master Artesian, this is about you, like literally something that you've been meant to do since you were born. You're about to master as well. For some of you guys who are like, I don't have kids. I know I'm not even pregnant. I don't want to even think about that. But I have to talk about it because the bird's nest is right there, and there's a mama bird feeding the baby birds right there. Okay, it looks like you have ancestral protection as well with the butterfly in the background. Now let's get into it a little bit more with some more cards. Now that we're touching base on some income and stuff like that, let's get into the way it moves. Dear Sue, you obtain an entertainment deal. You will be a star. So some of you guys are like, you don't even realize, okay, for pile number 2s, and maybe you are in entertainment, or maybe you are trying to do something that is creative focused, or maybe you're trying to do something that you've been working at for a really long time, and you're finally going to get that deal, and you're going to finally be the star employee of the company that you're wanting to work for, okay, if you're not in entertainment. Now, dearest you, you'll be able to pay your taxes perfectly next year for your current working year. Regards, Spirit. Some of you guys are like, oh, I don't want to just be independent. I think I'm going to have to do something else in the meantime or something like that. Like, Spirit's saying, like, no, like, you're going to be fine. Like, you're going to be fine. And you're going to see more clients come in. But here's the thing. If you're feeling that way and if you want to do that, I'm hearing you're going to try it anyway, but you're probably not going to stay there very long because of how things are going to just automatically just boost up for you, because that's not necessarily where you're meant to be. So where you're meant to be, you're going to be dragged towards, kind of. Okay. Now let's get into the next one. You have Dearest You. Your fairy tale... I'm sorry. I just heard your fairy tale has stolen money from you. That's crazy. That's what I heard. That's literally what I heard. Your fairy tale has stolen money from you. What would that mean? But that's not what the card says. Dearest You, your family has stolen money from you. They will be caught. Your inheritance will be given to you, love spirit. So some of you guys have an inheritance, or maybe you have a home, or maybe you have like different things that you are already wanting and yearning for that's already written in your destiny, but somebody has been like hiding it from you or putting you through like certain tests and tribulations. And I'm not talking about God. I feel like this is somebody in the physical. Dearest You, you'll receive a blank check. Write how much you want. It will not bounce. This is your gift from an enemy, love spirit. So this could tie into inheritance by some people, okay? Maybe this was something that you've been destined for a really long time since you were a child with the bird's nest. And finally, once you come to the age of maturity, it could be released to you. For some of you guys, for pile number 2. And it's not the matter that you're going to just receive like, oh, here's a blank check, just write what you want and then just cash it. That could happen. Could. Okay? Not saying it has never happened. It has. Okay? But I feel like this is an amount that is unknown, that you don't know about, coming towards you, okay? And it's a major amount of money, all right? Now, we got tons of tarot cards to get through and stuff like that, but let's get into the incoming text cards. You are now approved is also coming forward. So something you're applying for, you're going to have a breakthrough for. Maybe you're just like, fuck it, I'm just going to apply. And then you end up getting like approved for something that you just didn't think you would get approved for. I tried calling you. Why haven't you answered? Where are you? There's also somebody's trying to get like in touch with you. Waking up to multiple messages is also something coming forth. Remember I told you like all of a sudden, like maybe you were like, no, things are getting like I just got to go find a job, or I got to do something different, or I got to do this. And the minute that you start that job, the minute that you get your footing in that job, all of a sudden what you were working on starts popping off. Okay, this could even be like you're trying to sell your merch line, or you're trying to do your own, your own podcast. I've got a couple clients who want to start their own podcast and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And I'm always like, go for it. Why not? The next one you have, stay away from him, tramp. Third party drama message. And it's funny because I was talking about fighting. So some of you guys might actually get into a physical fight, and the person that you end up fighting is way too fast and ends up like missing a lot. Because I don't know, I'm tapping into their frequency, and their frequency is almost really chaotic, and they're blinded by emotion. You have your emotions under control when this happens, so you're going to be able to dodge it perfectly. Okay, you might get like a couple hits or whatever. This person might get a couple hits in there or whatever, but for some reason I feel like you're very resistant. It's almost like they hit you and it's like you have no reaction. It's like you have a reaction, but it's not what they expected. Like, oh my God, like you fall all out or whatever in their mind. And you're just like, all right, bet, my turn. You know, like, I don't know, I'm getting that energy. So just be careful, guys. All right, all my readings are for entertainment purposes only. By no means is meant to give you medical, legal, professional advice at any time. Take what resonates, leave the rest out. Can I show you something? Sends unique photo/video. There's somebody who could be an enemy who ends up sending you a photo or a video of something, and you're just going to be like, I don't know why I keep getting this as an ex. This happened to me one time where I was, and I had talked about this briefly with somebody, it was one of my boyfriends. His name was Johnny. I remember. Okay. Yeah. And he was a Scorpio. Only ever Scorpio I think I'll ever date. And he like completely cheated on me with this girl who was like fucked up. But this is not the bad part. The part was that my ex, who wasn't even my ex, it was just like a fuck buddy at the time, you know, before I even met like Johnny or whatever. He sent me a picture of them like kissing in the movie theater. He's like, oh, is that your boy? Is this why you rejected me? Ha 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 ha. Like, and I was like, oh, I didn't say anything. I just showed Johnny, and I was like, all right, so we're done, right? Like, it's cool. Like, you know what I mean? But the girl ended up being like, I'm not saying this just because I got cheated on. She was fucking ugly. Okay? Anyway, do you mind coming in today? Someone called out. She really was. She really was. All right, and I'm not perfect by any means, but she really was. She was fucked up, okay? You're probably like, what does fucked up mean? She looked like if she was a fucking meth addict, to be honest. She really did. She really did, okay? And her hair was a horrible orange with roots in it that should never be seen ever in the daylight. Within 7 days. Do you mind coming in today? Someone called out within 7 days. So it's almost like you're going to end up putting forth a lot of effort into this new job opportunity and stuff like that you end up getting, but then there's something else that ends up popping off, and it's maybe you're like, damn, like I wanted to get away from this because like it wasn't working out and I'm putting too much energy into it and I'm not getting enough return and I just want to get more of a return, so I'm just going towards what I'm going to get a better return on. And it's like, right when you do that, it's almost like you get redirected and the energy pops off. Like you end up getting like, let's just say you're a hairstylist and you had a salon booth, but you're like, fuck, I gotta work for a salon now. And then you're working for a salon, you're not allowed to sit down in your chair, you're not allowed to, you know, fucking go up front. All that shit, all the bullshit that they don't let you do. It's like worse than servers at times. I'm telling you. Okay? And I've been a server, and I've also been a hairstylist, so I can tell you, sometimes being a hairstylist can be like worse than a server, because you will literally work like the fucking 10-hour shifts, okay, after people yell at you about some subliminal shit, okay, back to back, okay, that you can't control, which is the texture of their own hair, stuff like that, you know what I mean? Like they want you to like make them, sometimes people will walk into the salon and thinking you're gonna make them look like Holly Berry, and you can give them the exact same Holly Berry cut, like everything the exact same, and then they're like, I don't look like Holly Berry. It's like, yeah, bitch, you know what I mean? Like, what are you talking about? Like, you know what I mean? But anyway, so it's all about picking like the hair things for you, like what you want. You know what I mean? What looks good with your facial shape and stuff. We did a whole class on that, like where you have to go into like your facial shape, your skin tone, your undertones, all of that, okay, comes into play with when you're picking out the color for your hair, the hairstyle for your hair, what works best with your face shape, all that, okay? Like your undertones, like you see how my veins are like kind of like bluish green, so I have a neutral undertone. Right, so I could wear warm or cool colors, but really you just want to get into more neutral based, right? Anyway, so let's get into this. So within 7 days, there could be a major shift within your career, okay? As well as maybe somebody trying to be like, stay away from him, don't do this, don't do that. And I feel like they're probably already done. I don't know why I'm getting that. Dear Stu, I have fallen into madness over you. I crave your smile in my kitchen. I crave your bedhead when you wake up, and I crave our banter. When you leave me in silence, I cyberstalk you. I review all of your posts. I find any way to experience your energy. I want to connect deeper with detailed and attentive conversation. I want to be best friends, but also true lovers. I want you in the morning, in the afternoon, and at night. I miss you, and I will reach out soon. There's somebody who really wants you to like be around them all the time. for pile number 2s. And I do feel like this is more than just like, oh, I want her to sleep over or something. This is something you could possibly like ask you to move in with them or like get a place with them or something like that for pile number 2s. Dear Sue, I swear you can feel me when I think about you. You always reach out the minute I cross the thought of you in my mind. At first it was a bit scary, but now all I want to do is the same for you. Your mind is a delight to fade into. Your essence is delicious. If I could drink you, I would. Your bone structure is perfect, and your eyes are a galaxy. How can I appreciate you? Also coming through. Dear Stu, I'll be sleeping over your house soon. I miss waking up next to you. I miss kissing you in the morning and having my morning breakfast served between your thighs. I crave to be close to you for more than just a few hours. I crave all of you at all times. I miss your touch, your kiss, and every little thing that you'd never expect me to miss. I need to cuddle with you tonight. No one else but you is who I want to wake up to. Love, yours. I don't know why I feel like somebody's significant other is going to find their person's messages that they sent to somebody else. Anyway, dearest you, let's go on a trip together. I'm waiting for things to balance out of my finances in life, yet all I can seem to ponder about is spending time away alone with you. I just want us to feel like we met all over again. I want to go somewhere different, yet with subtly romantic scenery. I want to go away just for a short while. I want to get intoxicated with you and make love. Love, yours. So there's somebody who's going to be wanting to go all out for you, maybe because they fucked up with something, okay, for pile number 2. And with this breakthrough, this is interesting because we're just transitioning to the love breakthrough and the love choice, the love decision. That's going to be a good choice for you that you end up making. So what is that good choice that you end up making? Maybe that you are going to end up saying yes to this trip. And it ends up being a little bit of a breakthrough moment for you. And maybe this is the necessary getaway that you needed to disconnect from your manifestations with career for it to finally flow in. So let's get into the tarot. Okay, so the first card coming out in the tarot is the Tower card in the reversal. Now, whenever I talk about the Tower card, people get kind of like, oh, this is something major, it's going to be destructive, it's chaotic, and stuff like that. But people are like, well, it's not going to be that bad because it's in the reversal. Here's the thing. I don't view the Tower card as chaotic and crazy and everything. I view it as necessary reconstruction. Maybe it's because I have a Scorpio rising and it's just a natural process of my life to end up rebuilding and reinventing myself in various ways. But with the Tower card energy in the reversal, it's about internal change. It's not necessarily about a physical shift or somebody said something or did something or provoked you or a question arose or something like that. Or maybe there was a question but it changed something within inside of you, that question. But I don't feel like it's an outside influence. I feel like it's an internal influence that creates this kind of chaotic energy, but it's a necessary transformative change for you. Maybe the way that you viewed love, or maybe the way that you viewed your career, maybe the way that you viewed motherhood or fatherhood or whatever ends up changing in some way. Or maybe something that used to really make you happy doesn't necessarily make you happy as much anymore. To where you're going to finally start saying, no, I don't want to do this. I'm not going to help you with this. I'm not going to do that for you. I'm not going to do that for you. I'm not going to, with the 7 of Wands energy coming forth and putting up really strict boundaries. The 7 of Wands. And even though some odds were really against you, maybe it was hard for you to see your sense of self-worth at times, where you were just depleting kind of like your abundant energy naturally. Now let's get to the next card. You have the 3 of Wands, but it's coming up in the upright, so despite all of this, it's almost like you saw a different vision for yourself. With all the chaotic energy and everything like that, you're like, you know what? I think I'm going to do this. I'm waiting for this, and this to come in, and once this comes in, I'm gone. I'm going to do that, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do that. It's like making really strong decisions for yourself. And this could be in the matter of like 3 weeks for some people, even sooner for some, 3 days. Because you're getting the 3 of Wands. Wands is very soon energy, so I'm not going to say months. I'm not going to say years. Now you're also getting the Strength card, which is Leo energy. If you're watching this during Leo season, it could be during that time. But I also feel like after all of this fucking karmic energy that you went through, you finally said no to a lot of people. I don't feel like it's just one thing. I feel like you said no to a lot of people, and it ended up being a really good choice for you to break free and overcome this, because there was a really strong victory that you needed to obtain. 28 as I say that on my portion recording. Underneath which is, abundance, first of all, energy, reconnectivity, making new connections in regards to abundance. Anyway, but look that up for some more added insight. Now with the 4 of Pentacles energy coming forth in the upright, this is also about you. Like I said, it's an internal shift. It's a spiritual one too. To where you're like, you know what? I'm sick of pinching pennies, holding on to what's really right for me when I should be really open with what I want. And there's also this sense of like immense tiredness. Like it's beyond feeling burnt out. It's just like you're just, other people, they'll just describe it, oh, she's burnt out. Like, let her rest, come back again. Or like, they're burnt out, let her rest, come back again. It's like, no, rest is not going to fix the situation that's going on in my mind right now. This cycle is too much for me. Like that kind of energy. And I feel like you became really strict with some people with the Queen of Swords energy coming up right underneath the Seven of Wands. And that's Aquarius, Libra, Gemini in the upright position. So she's just but fair. So it's almost like she's not saying no to be out of spite. She's saying no out of protection for herself. Or his self. Okay? Now underneath, and I feel like these were necessary restrictions. And now underneath the Nine of Pentacles, you're getting the Lover's card. So there's somebody who literally made you feel like you were like nothing. Like it doesn't matter like how much they did for you. It doesn't matter like how much they like tried to be there with certain occasions. It's like every time they did something, they like half-assed it. Or they didn't do it all the way. Like, let's just say you have a birthday party and they show up only for like a couple of hours and they leave. That's like half-assing the occasion, right? So the next one that you have underneath the Three of Wands, you have the Queen of Wands. Aries, Leo, Sagittarian. Heavy on the Leo, by the way. With the Strength card and the Queen of Wands. This could be significant. You're probably like, well, I'm not a Leo. I'm not this. I'm not that. Well, your breakthrough might not be in your sun sign. Your breakthrough could be in your fortune sign. Your breakthrough could be in your MC. Your breakthrough could be in your 7th or 11th house. You have to know your chart in order to get like a proper tarot reading. I'm going to be completely honest. Okay? You really do. Okay, because then you'll understand where it's coming from. So my fortune's in Leo, right? So that means I have to be kind of like, in order to, my life path, right? I got to be kind of like extra. I'm literally completely the opposite in my work field than I am generally, because Leo is 180 difference to Aquarian, right? Complementary, but a difference. Sometimes chaotic, but a difference. Okay? I'm also sensing you're going to get this really sudden urge to travel, to do something, to break free, to also try something different. There's somebody also here who has their eye on you. I don't know, I feel like these are two different women as well. For some reason. Somebody who has their eye on you and is busy manifesting something else, but they really see you as a threat. Okay? This could be fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sag. Sagittarian. That's what I heard more dominantly. But let's get into the Strength card. Underneath the Strength card, you have the Six of Swords in the reversal. Now, here's the thing. You end up sticking to your plan. You end up kind of like maintaining your course or something like that. Maybe you still end up keeping your job. Let's just say before, when you were younger and impulsive, you'd be like, fuck this job, whatever. I'm just going to get this exact same job with a different boss. Instead of putting like really strong boundaries. What the fuck? Is that an ant? The fuck was that? Anyway, what that was. It was like a fly or something. I don't know. And my room is not dirty either. It was like a fly. Anyway, I feel really strongly here, okay, that this is about you not moving, not doing anything, keeping things really private for yourself. And this could even be like getting into a really serious relationship and not telling a fucking soul because of how many other people want to be a part of your like life so much. This could be like getting married, honestly, to this person who ends up not being there for you, but your breakthrough is by you refusing to like leave that job and just set like really strong boundaries and just keep your course and stuff like that. You're actually going to be getting really benefited from that. Something that's a part of your life purpose with the Hierophant energy coming forth, which is Tauran. A little bit of Cancerian too. So it's cusp energy. Well, not cusp energy, it's both. It's Cancerian and Tauran for Hierophant. That's what it represents. Some people see the Tower card as a Gemini, but I believe it's Aries and Pisces from the descriptive tarot, but you can read it as Gemini if you want to. I'm just diving into the signs a little bit. Gemini energy again with the Lovers. And a little bit with the Queen of Swords. Some of you guys are also wanting to stay the course with school. Like, you're probably like, oh, I want to drop out, I want to do this. Like, stay the course with school. Like, you're going to be able to make it. Okay? The Hierophant energy coming forth. But that's what I'm getting for this pile. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm going to go ahead and hop on to the next pile. If you do want a private reading with me, feel free to email me at BeatrixKiddoReadings@gmail.com. I no longer have the option for like personal scheduling with me because I just don't have that option anymore. Okay, so feel free to message me directly. I still have my booking site. It's up and available. I just don't allow people to freely book a selected time frame with me anymore. Okay, because I do specials and it doesn't automatically get connected to my schedule, and it creates double bookings for me, which creates delays. So I shouldn't have had to explain that, but I did anyway. Okay, but feel free to email me if you guys are wanting a personal reading with me. Besides that, I hope you guys enjoyed this reading, and congratulations on your breakthrough. Bye for now. Okay, pile number 3s. Welcome, welcome. So you guys got the Mermaid. I'm getting a lot of Pisces energy from this. And you're probably like, oh, of course you are. But no, I'm serious. I am getting a lot of Pisces energy from this, but more of in a whimsical, dreamlike kind of way. I feel like this pile is going to be a lot more carefree. I feel like this pile is going to be a lot more of the traveling, spirit traveling energy, very highly spiritual focus. You could be very different, very unique. You have a couple different sides to you that are really influential to other people. Could be a star child with the star card. I wouldn't be surprised if you guys got a star card, but there's a star right here. Could be connected to the starfish pile. Okay, but let's get right into it. I also feel like some of you guys are going to be speaking your truth soon, or maybe going dead ass silent with some people after speaking some truth. This will be 5 of Wands energy coming forth. Now this is about timing, but this is also an argument or potentially a fight, which is what I was picking up in the previous pile, so that could be connected. Just pick whichever one that you're mostly connected to, even if it's more than one pile, okay? Now, this is a little bit of a longer read, but I felt guided to do this one. We're also getting Cancerian energy, the 7 of Hearts energy. Somebody's trying to gaslight the fuck out of you and get into an argument with you. 7 of Cups energy is about kind of like a delusion energy, but it's also about like fantasy in like a really deep way. It's also about, you know, a lot of scattered things, okay? So, like, let's just say your emotions towards something was really direct and really streamlined and straight focused, and then you have that, like, I don't know, friend or sister. I don't know, I'm getting sister energy. I'm also getting 5 to 7 weeks. For some of you, it could be 5 to 7 days. Okay? Because this is meant for timing. All right, and how these constellation play cards work is they're a little bit different. So the constellation is randomized on the play cards, but it doesn't change necessarily the suit or the descriptive value of the suit, okay? And you're probably like, no, it doesn't, whatever. I literally have explained this in every pile, guys. But that's what the constellation play cards coming in signifying, okay? But I do feel like there's somebody who is wanting to gaslight you. So the reason why I'm saying that is because like the energy is way too scattered. You can't focus on what the real problem is. You can't focus on like your own energy. You can't focus on so many other different things. You just feel kind of scattered. You don't have like one, and it makes me feel like you're being gaslit. Like where somebody's trying to convince you of something that's not actually current. Like just say you found fucking proof that this person's fucking cheating, and you know they're cheating. You even talk to the girl, but this person convinced their fucking way that the girl's psycho, that the girl's this, the girl's that, or whatever, don't trust whatever, like she was obsessed with me, all that. And he ends up playing it out so perfectly that you end up questioning your own logic and thinking you were wrong because you invaded their privacy for going through their phone and finding the text message that they sent betraying you. But as you guys know, it's illegal to go through your partner's phone, whether you're married or not, okay? So, of course, take my readings for entertainment purposes only. By no means I'm granting medical, professional, legal advice at any time. But anyway, so let's go into the oracle card that you're receiving. The oracle card that you're receiving is Star Child. This match is honestly pretty fucking perfect. But let's get into the Lightworker Oracle, okay? Some of you guys are literally like, you guys know the definition of the Star Child. Like, it's not... It's not what you think it is. You guys, whenever the Star Child ends up coming out, okay, it's going to sound a little bit... You're getting a psychic reading, so understand we're going to talk about different things. Star Child energy is kind of like your soul is not from... It's not from here, Okay, like you are an awakened soul. You're somebody who is meant and come from like a different like community. Some people think that it's from like alien tribes or like Atlantis or like other people, but it's just like your energy. Some people also think that your soul is from the future and it comes back and you're here. Like there's so many different things that people describe Star Child as. Okay, and they'll even say indigo child. There's so many different rainbow child. There's so many different childs out there. But let's get into Star Child. Okay, and I'll flip the guidebook and we'll see a little bit. Shining One, you belong here on Earth. Have you been dreaming of other places you would prefer to be? Are you feeling tired, uninspired, and wondering if there's any meaning to their life or anything more to life on this planet than suffering and struggle? Perhaps you know you have a mission, yet you doubt that you can succeed. Perhaps you love Earth and your life here, but deep within there is a yearning to experience the spiritual purity that you know exists in the higher vibrational fields of the stars and is yet to be readily available on our planet. You may feel like a tourist in the need of a fix of your home language to endure the process of adapting to a very different world without losing touch with where you have come from. Grounding yourself here on Earth enables you to fulfill your life mission. You cannot accomplish this without feeling that you belong here. Plant your feet on Earth. Allow her to nourish and support you with her beauty, intelligence, and creativity. She can be your home if you allow yourself to love her. She is the garden in which your soul can grow and blossom. For you to experience the sensual wonder of being alive on this planet. I don't know why I feel like this is how somebody feels about you. It's so weird. To take your spiritual master's degree in Earth School. You do need to relax and trust that you are meant to be here. That's actually a real degree, guys. Anyway, the Earth knows you have a spiritual light to share and particularly spiritual vibration to live, so that the quotient of embodied spiritual light on our planet increases. So you're probably like, what the fuck? What do you mean by that? What do you mean? Your presence here in life actually elevates those around you. The things that you overcome, the traumas that you face and stuff like that, you'll overcome. But if some of you guys are like, well, what exactly is a star child? So the light of the stars exists in you. So astral body. Our Earth wants you to share that light with humanity. Okay, so guys, if you guys know me, I believe in God. But anyway, so you are being asked to commit to your life on this planet truly and completely with the understanding. So I don't believe that the Earth wants you to do anything. Okay, but I understand some people's point of view. Okay, but I just don't believe that personally. So I believe that God wants you to share that light with humanity. You're being asked to commit to your life on this planet truly and completely with the understanding that you're meant to be here and you have special spiritual work to accomplish, even if your life appears to be ordinary in other ways. Give up the idea that you belong somewhere else to another home in the stars. Instead, let the starlight of your inner being shine here on Earth where it shall make such a positive difference in the world. Let yourself fall in love with Earth's beauty as she supports you in all ways to have a truly amazing and beautiful experience of life. So, here's the thing. Star Child energy, okay, doesn't really tell you what a Star Child is because everybody kind of already knows what it is. I hate describing it because it's so out there, but a lot of people say that Aquariuses are star children. So this is about kind of like, let's just say other people, they would have past lives like on Earth, right? Like you're not necessarily you're not from this plane, like you're from this universe. So your energy is going to be different than other people. Okay, you would have to believe in like alternate dimensions and things like that to go very deep into this. Okay, that's why I was like, just you gotta know what it is. It's very deep. Okay, but this is also about you. It's almost like the black sheep of the family too, to like where you end up kind of seeing things differently. Like you end up kind of being different than your family, or you end up being different than the other people around you, or like you just don't feel like you fit in like at all. Doesn't matter where you're at, doesn't matter what job you do. You could have one of the most creative jobs ever. You just are like, why the fuck am I even here? Like, and then you realize that like you're meant to illuminate something. You're meant to showcase something. You're meant to show your talents to them, to inspire them, to give them hope, to do different things. Okay, Star Child. Okay, different things. But definitely get into it if that's something that you're interested in. Okay, there's a lot of interesting facts about. Well, interesting little inquisitive conspiracy theories about it, right? But let's get into the oracle cards for you. Dearest you, I am in a completely different relationship. No one knows about you and I, yet they know about the other person. I'm tied into a long-term situation that is really hard for me to get out of. We are secret lovers, and I have been cheating on her, or him, with you. I know it is wrong, and I should have told you from the start. I know you must feel defeated, but that is why I keep us hidden in secret. No one can know that we are together. I want to break up with them, but I don't know how. It's like she or he is a part of the family now. That doesn't overpower my pull to see you, though. I'm not sure what I would do if I lost you. Love, yours and theirs. So it's almost like this person's a coward and doesn't want to, make a choice and stick to it. They want to live two different lives instead of having an open relationship, okay, to where everybody knows about each other and everybody's just fucking each other, at that point, openly without any feelings hurt. Instead, they want to play the trick of monogamy. Okay, but anyway, so when that's not in alignment with what they really want, you know what I mean? Anyway, when really they're demonstrating a life of polyamory. But anyway, dearest you, I do not want a baby with you. I'm not ready to be a father or mother. I'm not ready for a child to raise. I will try everything in my power to change your mind about this child. My life is complex and unstable. You could be giving birth to a star child, a unique child. Anyway, I will try everything in my power to change your mind about this child. My life is complex and unstable. I can barely survive the complications of my life. I can't help but to feel as though you have entrapped me in this unforeseen destiny. I will push you away, yet call you and message you every day to alter fate. I'm heartbroken that my life is forever changed with someone I do not want to spend forever with. I hope you can see that keeping this child will not keep me. All right? And that card was channeled based off of me channeling in from my own father and his own feelings about me when he found out about me. So, and it comes to find out they're very accurate. Anyway, so this could be that you end up getting pregnant and you end up keeping the child. This could be a major choice that you make where it's going to be very life-changing for some of you guys, okay? And maybe this is not the relationship that you wanted to be in when you got pregnant. Maybe you wanted to be in a marriage. Maybe you wanted to have somebody who was going to be there for you. Or even if you weren't married, you just wanted somebody who was going to be there for you and the child, and where you don't have to do everything alone. But I feel like this person is just not ready for what you want. But it's almost like you know that you are. And you know that you can. So you will. Okay, and it's like you have this extra fight about you, even though you may be doing some of this, a lot of it alone. Okay, particularly in the beginning. Okay, but I do feel like by you making this decision of keeping this child, it's actually going to end up illuminating things and breaking a lot of things within your curse. I should stop saying it's. The baby, okay, is going to illuminate a lot of different things. Like within your family, within your life, within your person, the other person's life as well. Like that could also be what it means. If you're not a star child and you don't resonate with your life, like, no, I feel completely normal here, I'm fine, I don't need. This could be like your child is going to be a little bit different. Okay, dearest you, time and time again, like this, just like a child who just sees things a little bit differently. Okay, dearest you, time and time again, we have been trapped in this toxic cycle of love meeting lust. When you kiss me, I turn into fairy dust. You could get anything you want from me, yet all you ask for are I love yous, and I miss you, baby, too. You could have anyone, but you choose me. This will be more than just love. This will be family. We'll be family together as one. Every word I say at the altar will mean. So this person, after they figure out that you're not going to waver, that you're not going to be like, yeah, I'm going to go get and, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do an adoption. I'm going to do what I want to do. And I'm going to make it work. Like that kind of energy. This person is going to get into that zone of like, okay, well, what do I do at this point? Do I keep fighting this situation, or do I embrace this situation? And sometimes, guys, it doesn't work out like that. So like where you don't end up with the person that you end up having, kids with. And sometimes it does. I've seen it happen. It's like where you end up like working through things, and you end up breaking through certain barriers, and you end up saying, you know what, I want to work through this. I want this child. Even though I didn't plan for it or anything like that, I want to have a kid. With you. If this is what we're doing, then we're doing it. Even though I would have preferred a different time, or I would have preferred a different time frame or whatever, like this is what we're doing. Like that kind of energy. But it could also lead to some higher level commitment with every word I say at the altar, oh, mean, coming through. Dear Stu, I want to show you my appreciation for you. I want to give you the best oral sex you've ever had in your life. I want to take my time and pleasure you for a long time. I want to get you so ready to make love with me. I want you to feel sexy and beautiful. I want you to know I love even the taste of you. I plan on doing this soon. We both have time to love for a long time. I will wait until the time is right. Love, yours. So you might end up getting pregnant, like, after, you know, having, like, really immense, passionate sex with somebody, okay? And it could be something that ends up happening in the Caribbean, okay? It could be, like, you know, and there's so many places in the Caribbean, but you don't want to exclude Puerto Rico from that, okay? But that is also something. All right, but let's get into your oracle cards. I apologize. I mean your Akashic Tarot. So let's get into it. You have One of Roses, commitment. Definitely somebody's going to be, this is in writing. Look, that there's a quill and everything, the roses around and all that. And I'm seeing courthouse, so some of you guys could be getting married to this person. Okay, to where they're going to be committing to you. All right? But it's like, it's such a process getting to that point. Oh, sorry. It's such a process, you know, getting to that point. But let's get into the next one. You have spring and autumn. This could also be something of significance for as far as a time frame goes. Let's just say you find out that you're pregnant in spring, you end up having the child like late and like later end of like autumn, transitioning to winter, and that's different for everybody, which is weird, right? Anyway, just like New Year's are different for everybody, which is weird, right? Anyway, it's almost like time doesn't fucking exist. The Oracle of Delphi, okay, is also coming forth. Some of you guys are going to be like getting maternity photos as well, but you're also going to be I'm just getting that energy, like really elegant, really cool, intricate, kind of like elemental, earthy for some of you guys. There's this really cool place in, well, it's not a place, I think it's called Wild Photography or something like that. And they're really good, like for photo shoots and stuff. I was trying to convince my sister to dress up as a fairy, but she's super Christian, so that's not going to happen. You know, for her pregnancy. But anyway, I thought it would be cute for like the thing. Anyway, it just ended up looking like a Vogue magazine. So with the Seven of Forces, balance energy, I don't know why I'm getting that vibe from this as well. But it's super creative. This one's not like that though. It's like a lot less boring. Like it's so much more creative than that. Now with the Seven of Forces, you're also getting balance. Some of you guys are also going to come into full balance with your finances as well. The time that you end up finding out that you are with child, and you're probably like, I guess I could afford it, but like I didn't expect all this to happen back to back at once. Like I get this new job, I get this new this, I get this that, and then all of a sudden I have a kid. Like what? And it's like you're feeling all your manifestations come in kind of like at one time, and it's a little bit overwhelming. It keeps your energy kind of scattered. But let's get into some more message cards. You guys received a lot of message cards, a lot of different things, and we have the tarot. Don't worry, we'll get into that. You guys received a lot of incoming text messages, so I don't know what you do where you just kind of like repeat, or people or kind of group that you have, but it's almost like you're getting blown up with different random messages, which came up a little bit for pile number 2. But let's go into incoming text. Are you really seeing them? Is something coming forth? So somebody that you're going to be moving on from, maybe there's an ex who's going to be like, dude, are you really seeing them? This could also be a friend who's trying to get into that. You look so hot right now is also something coming forth. It's going to be some more compliments from your person. Incoming, a really long apology message could be a breakthrough for you. Please send nudes. I also feel like when you end up being pregnant, like this person is not, like your sex life isn't going to depreciate. Like some people don't even want to touch their partner when they're pregnant or anything like that. And then there's some people who do. They're like, oh my God, that's mine. You know what I mean? I need some space right now is also something coming forth. I don't know, I feel like this is you telling this to this person. Unsent message, they got nervous. This is their power move as well. So there's somebody who's going to blow you up and then all of a sudden just like delete all the messages. More than a month is also something coming forth. So you're going to find out that you're pregnant more than a month pregnant. I don't know why I'm getting that energy with this one for some of you guys. Being 4 to 6 weeks. But of course, I'm not a doctor. By no means am I granting medical or legal advice at any time. Take a resonance, leave the rest out. Let's get into, I have to say that, guys. I do. There's people who are fucking crazy. So let's get into the way it moves. Dear Stu, you'll receive double for them betraying you. Love spirit. Ooh, somebody betrayed you. What the fuck? 10K is also something coming forth. This could be like a career or a job opportunity or something like that. This could also be an advancement. Maybe you're like wanting like 10K advance, or maybe you're getting a bonus 10K or making commission 10K. But there could also be an increase of finances, maybe 10K extra a year. Dear Stu, you have the ability to make something out of nothing. You can make money move. Love Spirit. Some of you guys are literally going to be doing different things. Like, this person really doubted, or people around you probably doubted that you'd be able to provide for a child or something, and like, 75K, look at that. So maybe you go from like maybe making like 45 to 50, and then all of a sudden you jump up and you make more, right? Dear Stu, you were born to be a creator. You already have the key to the wealth you seek. Do not limit yourself by a lack of self-belief. Love Spirit. So you guys may end up like building your own business as well as being a mother, which came up a little bit in pile number 2. Dear Stu, your blockages towards wealth have now been removed. You can have anything you place your mind on. Love Spirit. So this is a lot of reassurance about you're manifesting things really quickly and rapidly to yourself, especially in regards to money. Dear Stu, the video you posted will go viral. Sponsors will be randomly calling you and emailing nonstop. Regards, Spirit, 0 to 100 by Drake. So some of you guys who are on a social platform or something like that. And I feel like it's going to happen when you no longer really care about it. I don't know. I'm getting that vibe. Dear Stu, your new partner will not let you even pull out your wallet. They will buy you whatever they want to get for you. I'm sorry, they want to get, they want to get for you. You can have whatever you want. Love, seriously, this is also something coming in, but I feel like it's not going to come without some, I don't know, I feel like maybe this person betrayed you or did something crazy, okay? But let's get into the tarot. 8 of Wands energy coming out in the upright position. This signifies a lot of quick, rapid change, a lot of quick, rapid movement based off of like many set intentions that were very structured and very sure of. So this could be like, it's not just you saying yes to like one thing or like saying no to one thing. It's like you literally making multiple commands towards something and achieving it. Very Sagittarian, we'll say. I've been saying Sagittarius almost every single vibe, but very Sagittarian. The 8 of Wands energy. I mean, come on guys, the arrow, the wands, I mean, come on. The Knight of Swords, though, is coming out in the reversal, which means that you may end up giving somebody an answer that they don't necessarily like, okay, with the Knight of Swords. In the reversal is Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Somebody tries to bully you after you kind of like set your intentions and everything like that. It's almost like verbal abuse takes place with the Knight of Swords, okay, but this is also kind of like a defense mode. Okay, with the with the Knight of Swords in reversal, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Sometimes displays as Capricorn, depending on placement. With the 5 of Wands energy in the reversal, this is also about you literally, it's almost like you say something or do something when somebody expected you to be kind of like docile and just sit down and like just take the abuse. And you just were like, no. And it's like this person wasn't ready for that. And now all of a sudden they want a solution. Damn. If you don't resonate with this pile, pick a different pile, but it's just... this is wild. The High Priestess energy coming forth, and she's coming up in the reversal, and it's almost like something you didn't necessarily see coming. It's something so apart from your everyday to day. So it's almost like maybe you end up getting into like some really like heavy arguments with this person about getting pregnant. Maybe you tell them like right away when you find out, and this person gives you an adverse reaction immediately, like, no, I don't want a child, I don't want this, I don't want that. And you end up just settling that, or you just be like, no, and this person comes back around with the 5 of Wands in the reversal. And it's like, I want to make things better. I don't want things to like be like animosity between us or anything like that. Like, I want to try to work things out. Like, let's just try to do things, because I feel like you guys are pretty much picture perfect besides this situation that ended up happening. Okay. With pile number 3, for the most part. Like, you guys have a lot of chemistry and things of that nature to where you guys could work out and work through these things. Pile number 3. 10 of Pentacles energy in the upright. Commitment coming towards you, high level commitment, and also foundation of generational wealth based off of some action and initiatives that you took. So this could definitely be building your business and it becoming profitable in the long run. Now underneath the 8 of Wands, you have the 2 of Swords in the upright, which means you're going to be put at a little bit of an indecision, but it's almost like you take your blindfold off immediately and just you don't give a fuck what's going on around you, and you make a decision, a really solid choice. After being a little bit in the dark and not really knowing. Because these two are like, you're not even paying attention to your intuition at that point. You're just going. You're going with your feelings. You're going with your gut at that point. Like, not your intuition. Like, just, it's almost like you can't see how this is going to turn out, but you're just going anyway. because you have this really strong feeling. Some people think that's an intuition, but it's not. It's a different feeling. Okay? Because if you were intuitive and you knew it was going to happen or take place after, you wouldn't get this feeling, but you're getting these kind of like channeled energies to take place, for things to take place, for like giving you intuitive ideas what to do. But you're not being intuitive with this decision. Like, there's something that you aren't seeing, like you're blocked off from. The reason why I'm saying you're not being intuitive is because the High Priestess is in the reversal, Two of Swords is in the upright. And there's a lot of aggressive, straightforward, fast energy. But it's about a feeling that you get, but you don't have any physical proof of. That could be, and then maybe that's why you chose to ignore it. And maybe this person ends up doing something that you didn't necessarily see coming with the High Priestess. And maybe there were multiple people. Maybe this person tried to get like other people to tell you like, oh, get an abortion, it's not going to work out, like you're not going to be able to like do that or whatever, and you're just like, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to do it because I feel like it's something I need to do. And I want to do it. Like that kind of energy. Now underneath the Knight of Swords, you're getting the Moon card in the upright. But you intuitively knew how they were going to react. So you knew how they were going to react, but you didn't know how it was going to turn out, which is interesting. Because the Moon card is coming right underneath the Knight of Swords, to how they reacted like adversely, like, oh, I don't want this kid, I don't want anything. Like, you already kind of figured they were going to react like that. So you kind of mentally prepared for that, but it was still hard to hear. Like, I don't know, I'm just getting that vibe. Now, the Chariot card coming out in the upright does suggest possible movement and progression forward after a period of frustration and a lot of like verbal fights back to back between you and this person. And what you're not expecting is this person actually apologizing for how they treated you when they found out about it, with the Page of Cups energy. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Heavy on the Pisces with the Moon card and the Page of Cups. Underneath the 10 of Pentacles, you have the Fool card, Aquarius, Aries energy, which gives me a little bit of timing, depending on what part of the year you're viewing this. Now, we just got over Aquarius season. Now we're in, beautiful Pisces season, okay? And I feel like it's going to be a little bit more lenient towards Aries season for you. But next year, which is interesting, because all of this is going to come in faster than this. But for some of you who've already went through this, you're going to be receiving this during Aries season, which is like the freedom. And it's almost like other people thought that you were just like doing things without any like proper, and that's exactly how I felt here. That's interesting, because that's exactly how I felt. And towards the end, it switched, because it's almost like you intuitively felt the entire time, but the way that it looks on the outside is like you're not following your intuition. Interesting. Because it's not exactly what the spheres are telling you. Like, I'm just getting that energy, because the intuitive energy is about spiritual frequency being translated, right? For some reason, I just heard Colors of the Wind by fucking Pocahontas. Anyway, but with this energy, it's almost like you free fall into a fucking pit of money. That's literally what it looks like. It's like everybody thought I was going to be reckless, that I wouldn't be able to have like stand on my own 2 feet or be able to buy my own house or do any of that. And then all of a sudden, ha ha ha, and I have a kid, ha ha ha, and look at my dog, he's cute too, wah ha 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 ha. Anyway, 10 of Wands energy, guys. I entertain myself. 10 of Wands energy in the upright position. I'm an Aquarius, so that's very much my vibe. I entertain myself most of the time. I'm very animated about it. I'm Scorpio rising, so. This is a 10 of Wands, okay? Also means because you held on, even though times were freaking hard or trying, or where you're like, damn, when am I going to have my breakthrough? I feel like I'm working every fucking day to build this. But it's like all of this that you're working towards is going to eventually work for you, to the point where you're not going to have to do what you've been doing. Interesting. So you really don't even need financial support from your other person. You will not need any financial. So that's why you're probably like, fuck it. I'm you know that song, fuck it, I don't need you, I can be just fine without you here. I'm not singing today, guys, sorry. But like, you know, that kind of vibe. I think it's Odessa. Maybe not. Hippie sabotage. Anyway, 6 of Pentacles energy coming forth underneath as additional clarifiers because they just wouldn't stop popping out for you guys. You're also going to be helping other people with what you achieve. It's so funny. Everybody else put you over to the side, wanted to go against you, wanted to do all this bullshit, all this stuff. And then finally you reached to the point where you knew, like where you personally knew, like nobody else could tap into that frequency besides you because it was specially designed for you. They end up wanting your help. And you end up helping them anyway. Because, yeah, you're going to have it like that with the Ace of Pentacles energy in the upright. What the fuck, guys? Pile number 3. Yeah, you a mermaid, huh? Now, with the Ace of Pentacles energy coming forth, I do feel like you're going to end up getting a divine blessing. Now, children, I do believe they are blessings from the Lord. Okay? I do. Even though some of them are kind of fucking evil. But somebody had to teach them that. You know, it's a behavior. Ace of Pentacles energy. This is also about a manifestation of massive abundance coming your way, but this could also be land being given to you or land being bought. Because this could scream a loan. A major loan being given to you as well with the Ace of Pentacles and the 6 of Pentacles. Which could explain the 10K and the 75K that came through. You may end up loaning somebody 10K. Or maybe initially this place ends up like loaning you 10K and you end up paying it back super fast, and they end up giving you a bigger amount, which happens with like processing loans for personal businesses and stuff like that, whether you're through PayPal, Square, other formats. For some of you, it's going to be very profitable, whatever you're building. And some people are even going to apologize for you in that. Maybe that's not something that you expected because it's not something that you even cared to want. Because you're just like, fuck it, you're just going to see it. I'm going to be fine without you here. Like, even if I got to hold on in all these trying times, whatever, if I got to sit in this corner and wait for this to happen, I know it's going to take place, and I'm going to wait for it to happen. And it's almost like you, because of this choice, because of this decision, because of this energy that you carry, this is why it comes forth so strong. Because your faith matched your prayer. Anyways, so if you guys would like a personal reading with me, feel free to email me, BeatrixKiddoReadings@gmail.com. Okay, I took my personal... you can still go on my site and see it, but you just won't be able to book anything because I have my schedule closed out. The only day that you're able to book kind of freely is Fridays now. But just feel free to email me, okay? You never know what kind of specials I got going on or anything like that, and I'll be able to do it from there. Or if you have my personal number, feel free to just text me or text me through Square. If you already are a client of mine, just text me through Square. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I'm off to go live stream. Bye for now.